Hello, these. It's Lex and welcome back to Speed Dating the Ghosts. We have Gary to go on a date with still, but I went ahead and dated Vera again off camera because for some reason her little urn was missing, and I noticed that after I did that, we had another gravestone pop up. So one of these should be for Gary, and the other one I think is maybe a bonus if you date everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and go on our date with Gary and then see what happens afterwards, because it seems like we should have another ghost to date, but I'm not totally sure how we do that. So we'll do our date with Gary, who everybody was most excited about, and see how it goes after we go out with him, see what happens. So let's go out with Gary. Oh, Gary, you were so interesting to everyone. You arrive at the bus stop where Gary asked to meet. The last bus went by hours ago. Still, there are other ghosts waiting for something. One natters to herself like a squirrel. Another is on the ground, arms around his knees, rocking back and forth. The third ghost has his back turned, staring silently into the darkness. It's Gary. Oh, he's wearing a little bow tie. He's wearing a bow tie. I wore a bow tie. You look nice. I wish to look respectable. One must look respectable when meeting one's end, even for the second time. Also, I thought you would like it. I love it. Gary smiles. Briefly. We are going to the place where I died, the office where I worked as an accountant, under the tracks, under the trains grind, and where the trains grind and the walls shake, the dead end of a crooked drive. Sounds spooky. Yes, spooky. A dim purple light washes over Gary's face. The dead of night bus has arrived. This bus is not sanctioned by any city. Its driver is a wisp, a fragment of a broken spirit trained to perform repetitive tasks. You and the other ghosts get on the bus. There is no fare. You've all paid the price. The office is just as I remember it. I sat in that corner. Accounting is not thrilling work, but it can be exceptionally busy. The papers on Gary's old desk are carefully stacked. It seems he liked to keep things orderly. My partner's desk. Always a mess. Papers and rotting food cover every inch of this other's desk. Service. Beg your pardon? What about your service? What about your service? Not my service. Service was my partner. Service Gelk. What was he like? I worked with the man for 16 years. At first, for a bank. We were miserable, so we struck out on our own. Gary sits at Service's desk. He turns on the desk lamp to get a better look at the papers. He was a friend? He was a thief. The green and gold lamp collecting dust on Service's desk casts a long shadow. The shadow begins to move. It creeps along the wall until it hangs squarely over Gary. He was telling our clients they owed money that they did not owe. He would pocket it for himself, small amounts so I would not notice, but even small numbers do not add up. Gary struggles to stand. He seems troubled by something. When I confronted him, there was a fight. In this room? Yes. I killed him. Gary! Oh God. I still feel the blade, the knife in my hand. I looked for gloves, bleach. I found them, but I could not hide what I'd done. Instead, I called the police. Sitting quietly in the dark, I waited for them to arrive. When the officers knocked on the door, I was so scared. They warned me, but I couldn't let go of the weapon. Frozen in place, right there in our office. They shot me where I stood. I died here, same as Service. You didn't mean to. But I did mean to do it. I acted with a clear head. I was not forced. I must carry this burden. Atone for my act. I take comfort knowing Service is out there. Somewhere. Perhaps seeking his own vengeance. I suppose it is only right that I give it to him. Gary is gone. The office is darker now. On the wall you see a portrait. Two smiling men. Service and Gary. The day they opened their firm. The office begins to shake as the first train of the day rolls by overhead, but the picture stays fixed to the wall. Well, Gary was fun. All right, let's go back to the graveyard. What is this one that I'm missing? Let's see if maybe we unlocked something. Hey, hi. Oh, I'm sorry. The event's all done. All the other ghosts have left. From what I hear, you were pretty popular. Still couldn't find the one, huh? Sadly, no. That's okay. There are always more ghosts. People die pretty much all the time. Did you have fun at least? It was a blast. Glad to hear it. I've been having fun just observing. I set this up to help other ghosts find something they might be missing, or to learn more about themselves. In a way, we are all products of death. I like to think I am also her student. Oh, I wonder if you get to date the deer lady. What have you learned? I've learned so much. How burial versus cremation affect the afterlife, the meaning of life, all kinds of neat ghost trivia. When I was alive, I studied people. Now that I'm dead, I study us. It's fascinating. I love trivia. I do too. Trivia is great. Let's play trivia right now. I have questions prepared and everything. Welcome to Fran's Scary Hard Trivia Challenge. All the questions are ghost related. Don't worry if you get any wrong. I'm not testing you or anything. Question 1. Which film star is said to haunt the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in Las Vegas? Grace Kelly? Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually Marilyn Monroe. If you visit that hotel as a ghost, you might meet her. Marilyn actually lived in the hotel for about 2 years. Now she haunts it. Pretty cool, huh? Question 2. Which Shakespearean king appears as a ghost in a play that shares its name? Hamlet. You're right. It's Hamlet. Hamlet's father appears as a ghost. His name was technically also Hamlet, King Hamlet. There are the ghosts of kings in Richard III, but not Richard III himself. Question 3. A red blood cell that has lost its hemoglobin is known as what? I don't know. Revenant. It's actually ghost. The simple answer is usually right. That's my motto. Ghost red blood cells are empty shells. They show up on microscopes, but they're pretty much see-through, just like us. Question 4. During her seances, what did medium Helen Duncan famously regurgitate and call ectoplasm? Lard? I get why you'd pick a goop, but the answer is actually cheesecloth. Duncan was a medium in the early 1900s. She was said to fake ectoplasm by pulling gross cheesecloth out of her mouth. Duncan was also the last person in prison for witchcraft in the UK. Go figure. And question 5. This is the last one, and that means it's the hardest. Which of these authors did not have a story in the first volume of the Fontana book of ghost-related stories? Oh, I have no fucking idea. This one. The correct answer is Poe. It seems like he'd be in there. Poe was in the second volume. Blackwood and Lawrence both have stories in the first. Blackwood was a prolific ghost story writer, while Lawrence, best known for not ghost stories, penned a great one called The Rocking Horse Winter. You got one question right. You're number 1. Just kidding. That's pretty bad. Just kidding. You probably did your best. I had fun. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, look at the time. I need to finish closing up. If you're looking for something to do, you can always visit the graveyard. Relive some of your past dates there, or select erase data to start over. That's in the options menu. What else? You could always go to hell. Excuse me? I meant that literally, of course. I hear it's gorgeous this time of year. If you combine travel and accommodations, you can get a pretty good deal. My friend Gail is a travel agent. She could find you a great river cruise package. I'd like that. Here's Gail's card if you end up going. Be sure to send me a hologram. All right, time to go. I'll ring the bell to make it official. The bell rings. Sniff. Thanks for playing. Huh. Alright, let's go to the graveyard. Alright, so Fran was the last one. You just do her trivia game. Well, I believe that is the end of speed dating for ghosts. We did everything that we could do. We dated everyone that we could date. And that's gonna be it. There isn't anything else for us to do, I don't think, except to erase data and maybe choose different answers from when we were dating somebody. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the series in general. I really enjoyed playing it. I think the game is about $10 on Steam if you guys want to play it for yourself. But thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see everybody Later on.